Chapter 20. I don't know why, but something happened between Michael and his father, and now the atmosphere at dinner is thick with tension. The cutlery squeaks on the porcelain plates, and Michael gives me an apologetic smile when I catch his eye. "Anything coming up in school?" Heather asks. "We have a Christmas shopping trip planned," I reply. "I think technically the trip is entitled A Visit to Parliament," Michael points out with a smile, though I don't think the students signed up because they were excited to meet their MP. "You're going to London?" Heather sounds surprised. "That could be stressful." "The theatre visit gave me confidence that we could pull it off," Michael grins. I remember sitting next to him in the theatre before we got together. It was the first time I felt that spark with him, and I also hit him in the face by accident. "It's not really our trip," I remind him. "It's a history department one. We're just hijacking for the ride." "The major plus point is that we missed the Year 7 disco," Michael adds. This is true. 2 hours of standing around while kids awkwardly stand around too, obnoxious music blaring from the speakers with wildly inappropriate lyrics. I won't miss that. Everyone falls quiet again, and Heather looks anxiously at Ezra. It's a relief when we finally clear the plates and Michael seems keen to leave. "So you'll come for the carols, won't you?" Heather asks me, pressing her hand warmly on my arm. "I'd love to." She kisses Michael and he hugs his dad awkwardly, and then we bundle into the car. The air is definitely colder now, and I rub my hands together while the engine starts. Heather waves enthusiastically, her eyes misty with tears. Ezra watches us pull away, and then lowers his eyes and puts his arm around his wife, like someone just died. It makes my stomach shift uncomfortably. I look across to Michael. His jaw is set and his eyes are far away, thinking. I lean back and wait for him to speak. "So, what did you think?" he says finally. "It was great to meet them." I'm being truthful here. I feel I understand Michael better now that I've seen inside his home. "But," he prompts, "it was quite intense." "I know," he sighs, running a hand through his hair. "I don't even know why. We didn't have to go anywhere to do anything. It's so different with your dad and Katie." I'm glad he said it, not me. "I think they're really chilled out, whereas your parents are not," Michael finishes, raising his eyebrows. "Your mum made a lot of effort. We don't normally eat so many courses." "That's a relief," I laugh, but it fades quickly. In school, Michael and I are in this bubble of teachers and pupils where the outside world seems so far away. It's not to say that we think the same way about everything, but in Widlock, we're equals. There's no social pecking order, apart from David Clarke's favourites. Meeting Michael's parents lifts the curtain on a whole different scene, one that I'm not part of, and one where I very much feel like I belong in a different act. I'd always enjoyed times when Michael came over to my dad's and we would have a takeaway or go to the pub for Sunday lunch. Now I'm starting to wonder if it all seems rather second-rate. Has he secretly been wishing we spent more money on a better bottle of wine? Or wincing at our cupboard of cheap supermarket snacks? But the real issue, the one neither of us are talking about, is the fact that his dad doesn't like me. That's the burning hot poker that's twisting inside of me in a crush of embarrassment and stinging pain. And anger. Why am I not good enough? "Thank you," Michael reaches over and squeezes my hand, "for being willing to come." I smile, and the car ploughs on into the waning hours of Sunday afternoon. I feel exhausted by the time Michael drops me home, so I run a bath. About 30 seconds after I've sunk into the water, Katie rings. "I'm in the bath," I groan. "You can still talk," Katie says, undeterred. "Come on, I want to hear all about it." "It's too much. I don't know where to start." "Describe the house." "Victorian, detached, high ceilings, 4 bedrooms. "They're loaded then," she comments. "What do they do again?" "Lawyers," I say. "Figures," she replies. "Right, so what about them? What are they like?" "His mum is lovely." I start with the positive. "She's very sweet, cooks an insane amount of food. We had so many courses for Sunday lunch today." "That sounds good." Katie approves of food, so this is high on her priority list. She's probably hoping she can wangle an invitation over there sometime. "What about his dad?" "Ezra is Quite serious. I'm searching for words. Right, so not too many jokes then? Yeah, they don't really joke that much. I try to remember how often we laughed over the weekend. It's hard to remember because I think it wasn't very much. Did you have to go to church? I didn't have to go, I remind her. I wanted to because I wanted to join in with what they were doing. Was it a snore fest? Actually, no. I think back to the vicar's warm personality. I quite enjoyed it. It's not much like the church Grandpa and Gram used to run. It's more traditional. I guess Michael's quite an old-fashioned guy, isn't he? The sort who takes a vow of chastity. Katie would have a field day if I told her. Yes, he is. That's not a bad thing. No, just as long as his parents don't have an arranged marriage for him or some weird betrothal he hasn't told you about. He's not an aristocrat, Katie, or a medieval prince. But there is a sophisticated doctor in his church that his father would love for a daughter-in-law. The main thing is, did you like them, and did they like you? I did like them, I sigh. I think his mum likes me, but his dad, I'm not really the sort of girl he expects Michael to choose. Why not? Katie bristles. You're smart, funny, gorgeous. What else does he want? I don't know, I answer honestly. I really don't know.